Pure vodka in here, my friend. Pure vodka. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll, mate.
Macum tears it tastes like, mate. Macum fucking tears. But anyway, ladies and blood-clot gentlemen, welcome back to the South Stand View. Me and Mikey are here for a good time, not a long time tonight. So, well, we might be here for a long time. We might just let the good times fucking roll. Who knows? We might be here till the morning. Ladies and gentlemen.
Straight through it, mate.
Fucking all-nighter, mate. But Leeds United 2, Sunderland 1 in the most dramatic win of the season, Mikey, would you say?
I'd say so, mate. That's as dramatic as you can get in it. A 95th minute winner. And, you know, all I can say is that you can stick your Enzola feet right up your jacks here, Sunderland fans, because you were all, even at half-time, I was looking on social media and they were giving it the big one. Oh, he sent Bogle for a knock dog and stuff like that. That's all he did in the game. We fucking won, mate. Get in. I think I woke up the whole house when that goal went in, mate.
Yeah, mate.
I'm on shit list in morning.
Hey, the dad of the show is here.
I bet his bollocks well and truly dropped when that goal went in, because we know his voice gets a little bit squeaky when Leeds scored, doesn't it?
Yeah. Charlie was full on helium mode, mate, when that went in.
Yeah.
I can imagine, but Jesus Christ, mate, I don't think I've celebrated a goal like that.
No.
That I wasn't in the game. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So
I mean that.
Up, mate. It was fucking carnage.
It's just, you know, it's what champions are made of, isn't it? I think when you look for big moments and like that, and that's a response of champions, isn't it? I think we were WhatsApping, weren't we, through the end of the feedback. We were WhatsApping through the game, weren't we? And I think we were both kind of the opinion of don't panic just yet. Keep a shape. Keep just doing what we're doing in the game. Keep passing the ball. Keep doing what we're doing, and it'll come. And and boy, did it come.
No, I won't go that. No, but yeah, we'll start on the negatives then, mate. I know they've been slightly overshadowed by the positives, but the experiment of Gruev in the midfield now for me has died a death. Well, not only that, mate, but I think the experiment of playing Ampadu as a centre half. I mean, a bit of aerial threat, mate. Look what it can do in fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, but, I think
first fuck on hell. Too much Malibu.
That's
the first goal, Mikey. What's the first goal, mate?
Are we talking about Sunderland's goal?
Yes, mate. We'll start with them. Fucking That was his first.
Yeah, you don't see it much, do you? Ampadu getting kind of bullied about and bodied like that, and I think on last night's pod. When me and Charlie were speaking about the danger men, we did mention Isidore, but yeah, Ampadu's got to do a lot better than that for me, hasn't he? I mean, now it's, you know, it can probably be brushed under the carpet due to the result, but I think if we'd have lost that game, I think there'd have been a bit more criticism on Ampadu, and it just let him turn him far too easily, and it's not. And I guess we don't need to be too harsh on him because it doesn't happen that much to Ampadu. But like you say, I think the experiment's done now, because if that's striking that position, getting turned like that, is it?
No, mate, not at all. And I was quite critical of it in the group chat. Initially, I thought it was Roden, and I had to quickly apologise when I saw the replay.
I thought my eyes were going. I thought, would it Roden?
No, mate, it was just me being blind, mate. I need stronger lenses, I think. But
yeah,
like the way he got turned, I was like, what? Because I was saying, get tight. Then I was like, no, not that tight. And then he turned him and scored. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
but then,
very tight.
Like you boys touched on yesterday, that Isidore's a decent player, mate. And they've got a few.
Yeah. They're quite a good attacking team. And, you know, and fair play to them, to be fair, because they turned up today to play football, and you don't see it much at Elland Road. And I felt like the way they played today is they knew when to attack us at certain moments, but they also knew when to sit back in certain moments during the game. So fair play to Sunderland, probably one of the best teams that we've seen at Elland Road this season. And I was saying last night, I've got a bit of I wouldn't say a soft spot for Sunderland because they can be tits, but I think they've got a great fan base. And if I want to back anybody to go up in the playoffs, it'd be them. But yeah, I thought they played really well. But you know, it's Leeds United, mate, that they're playing. It's the stuff of champions tonight.
Mate, it's excuse me, they were probably one of the best teams I've seen come to Elland Road this season, mate. I don't know about you. I mean, we'll give credit where it's just. We can do now because we both are at the end.
Yeah, if they'd have beat us, I'd have called them lucky, spawny, fucking dirty mac and bastards, wouldn't you? But you know, but if you know, we can be gracious now that we've won, because I'd have been horrible on this live if we'd have lost that, mate. But yeah, fair play to them. They play some good football.
Yeah, mate, they do. Apart from Luke O'Nine, who's like a fucking anti-footballer.
What is wrong with him? Did he get fucking dropped on his head as a kid or something? Because I've seen plenty of clips of him where he does these shithouse things, and fair enough, some of it's funny, but he's clearly acting like an idiot playing up for the crowd. But concentrate on your football, mate. I mean, what would he do? He would try to sit on Melier's head at one point, wouldn't he?
Been watching too much of Bonnie Blue, mate, I reckon. So
yeah.
I want to know, mate, because it felt like to me, I was like, this guy's got to be his second yellow now. And it wasn't, mate. It was just another guy that got booked. It seemed like every player they had on the pitch got booked, mate. So I'll try and see how many bookings they had. Do you know?
There were a lot. I lost track of them. There were a lot, mate. I don't think there's any. Well, I'm going to say I don't think there's any that affect the game next Monday, apart from Fark. He's on touchline now, isn't he? That's 3 yellow cards for him.
What, is he in the stands?
He's in stands for next game.
Fuck's sake. Gee, we could do without that, mate.
It'll be like he's in your loft again, won't it? It'll be like from home to home up in them stands, won't it? He'll get the Actimel out and a bit of the old fucking midget porn.
Midget porn. He'll have the lube out ready, mate. Ready to watch fucking Pascal just destroy Chris Wilder's dreams yet again, mate. But he seems to pop up in big moments, does Big Pass, doesn't he? We'll get on to the positives now, mate. So the first half, I don't think we played particularly well. I was getting ready when they scored, mate, thinking, right, what we're going to say on the pod. And I was like, I don't want to go too fucking ham and say this is why we should have done business in January, blah, 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 and fucking all that. But we don't have to, mate. That got thrown in the bin. So when was the first goal? Then we have a look.
I don't know the exact minute, but...
Right, 78 minutes.
Yeah.
Big pass. So he came on, 10 minutes later, mate, scored.
Yeah. I mean, we all have a little bit of a whinge, don't we, about Fark subs and leaving them too late. And, you know, sometimes he throws kitchen sink, but he got it absolutely spot on today, didn't he? I think probably, I mean, we'll talk through the goals, but I think it's probably worth talking about Garev's performance in particular as well, won't it? And you saw the difference, didn't you, when you saw him come on? You know, when you saw Rothwell come on, you saw a massive difference. I mean, you know what's a real bugbear of mine is corners and free kicks. Yeah. When you're taking them from a standing position and you've got no one challenging you on the ball, there's no excuse to deliver that many poor set pieces. I thought his set pieces were pretty poor. I thought his general playing possession were pretty poor. He lost the ball a few times, but yeah, I mean, he has been good in recent games, but I think Fark uses him as a bit of an insurance policy, doesn't he, away from home, as a bit of a break-up play, keep it nice and easy, but we don't need to do that at Elland Road, and I think bringing Rothwell on, it just showed you exactly what he brings to the game.
I think we both said, mate, and Charlie from via Elland Road said, as soon as we went 1-0 down, we were like, right, Gruev off, Rothwell on. Yeah. And listen, we might get slated on YouTube by a few people saying we don't know what we're on about. Obviously, we fucking do, don't we? So
we do, yeah. So then, whoever it was in YouTube saying that we don't know what we're on about, you can fuck right off.
Yeah, I didn't see Isaac Schmidt come on today either, mate. Did you, when it mattered?
No. He's yeah. It's almost as if we kind of know what we're on about, and it's Isaac. It's almost as if we've watched a lot of games and we might know what we're talking about.
They had no corners,
didn't they?
No, mate, no corners. 10-0 on corners.
Weird. Very, very weird.
66% possession, mate, to their 34. Expected goals for us 1.95 to 0.90. Fouls 11-11. Right, let me see if I can find bookings here. Can I find bookings anywhere? Because I'll be interested to fucking know how many there was.
Yeah, for us, there were a fair few, weren't there? There were Tanaka, there were Fairport.
I was like, ooh.
I just slowed that down, and it didn't. To me, the Tanaka one, it looked like he didn't hardly touch him. I don't know if
I was like, if he has touched him, that can be a bit tasty. But if he didn't, then he's just a cheating, diving bastard, mate.
There were a lot of that. There were a lot of role playing, I think, from the Sunderland players. A lot of time wasting, a lot of making out. Fouls were worse than what they were. I think it were all designed to kind of break up the game and slow it down. So, which didn't work for them. But
no.
Yeah,
we had 3 booked, mate. Can you name them?
Tanaka.
One's obvious. One is very obvious.
Firpo, obviously. Firpo. Tanaka, Firpo, and was it Dan James?
Bogle, mate.
Oh, Bogle. What did you make of Firpo tonight? I thought it looked a little bit off.
I'm glad you touched on him, mate, because that was just going to be my next point.
Yeah,
I think they said on about 50 minutes they was looking at hooking him, maybe. And
he
so
looks
they
a bit lethargic to me.
Mate, if you're getting ran past by Pervader and just jogging back and you have to foul him, I was like, are you all right, June? Like, what the fuck? Have
you seen Pervader as well? What the fuck has he been eating? He's put on a few. He's put on a bit of timber, hasn't he?
What's the delicacy up there? I don't know. What do they eat?
Fucking peas pudding, isn't it? Like a bit of peas pudding, pet. He's been smashing that peas pudding in, hasn't he?
Yeah, the bitter mate in peas pudding.
Yeah,
but they had one.
Firpo looked a little bit off it for me tonight. He just looked. For me, he was just lacking that. You see him kind of drive into them open spaces on that left hand side, and there were none of that tonight. He were holding back. He were just knocking ball across, or he were just lacking that little bit of directness that he has in his game. But we can't grumble too much, can we, Isaac, mate?
It's all right in the end, mate. Isn't it? It's all right in the end. But old
Charlie, if we'd have lost, mate, when it was 1-0, I was contemplating fucking no-show on this me tonight.
I was going to put it in the gym, lads. I ain't doing it. I'm pissed off,
Yeah. Fucking technical issues. That old chestnut that have been. Yeah. I'm childish, mate. If I'm childish, mate, especially when we lose, I'm not worth a fucking out on note like this, mate.
No, mate. But we've got good news, mate. We've got another voice breaker video to analyse, me and you.
Oh, a bollock dropper.
Yeah, mine was pretty up a few octaves, like when I sent you that voice note, because I was just replying about the link to this, and then saw Big Pask nod it in, and I was like, ah! But yeah, we'll try and remain cool, calm, collected. So first goal, mate, free kick from Rothwell, and like you said, your reply to me with the goal was, mate, that's how you take a free kick, and wasn't it fucking evident once we got Rothwell back on the set pieces how much they improved?
Brilliant. Just every single ball were on the button right from the get-go. He didn't need 2 or 3 attempts just to get into the swing of it. And his delivery were perfect right from the outset. And obviously, I think you just touched on it a few minutes ago. Strike's got a bit of a habit, of popping up with these important goals. Unless it's a penalty, but we won't talk about them. But yeah, 2 goals for Strike as well. Some great substitutions by Fark, I think, as well. So, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, like you said previously, mate, I know we were all getting on at him and thinking, why the fuck do we have to wait to 70 minutes to start making changes? But
yeah,
maybe, just maybe, old Dan knows what he's doing.
Maybe. He might be onto something, mate. He might be onto something. Top of the league all season. Are we as Leeds fans, are we running the danger of having anything to moan about, do you think, Isaac? Because,
when you were a bit poorly, mate, and me and Charlito were trying to hold the ship down, we got down to doing the full pod in about 20 minutes, mate, because we were like, another win. What do we talk about now? After, you've done 7-0 and ran through the goals and then fucking 2-0 and then, what was it, 4-0?
Yeah.
Winning just seems normal now, mate, and I think that's a bit scary because when we do lose, because we will lose a game in the next fucking, how many have we got left? 13?
13 games, yeah.
Yeah, so we will lose one in the next 13 games, and that is going to hurt when we do lose, isn't it?
Yeah, but we can't go all season, can we, now, without, winning them all. There's going to be a blip, in the road, and it's probably going to be when you least expect it as well. It probably won't be against Sheffield United. It'll be against fucking Millwall or something like that, won't it? But yeah,
mate, after that international break, maybe we fell on our ass last year.
Oh, don't, Isaac. I forgot we had an international break as well. That's literally when it went to shit for us last season, didn't it?
Yeah, mate. Dan James missed a penalty for Wales, and then all the Welsh lads thought, fuck it, can't be asked.
Fucking down tools, didn't they? Thought we've had enough of this shite.
I can't play in the Euros now, so I might as well just fucking turn it in. But we'll do some individual performances, mate. I know we've already touched on Firpo. I don't want to be overcritical of anyone because we have won the game, but
yeah,
I thought Mano looked a bit off it tonight, mate. I don't know about you. Or did they just play him quite well? I'm not sure. Like, we'll give credit where it's due because we won.
Yeah, I thought he looked a little bit quiet. I think he, as usual, there were, neat turns, cutting inside on his right foot and put, sprint ball across. But I thought he were quite ineffective for most of the game. And I was expecting him to go off a little bit earlier. And Dan James as well, maybe. He would, I wouldn't say off it, but he went to his usual standards as well. So at one point, I would half expecting Ramazani and Nonto to come on and replace them at some point. But we can't be too harsh on them. They've been absolutely amazing, aren't they? All of them for the past 2 months. So we can't be too harsh. But yeah, I thought he would a tad off it, but he's got plenty in bank, hasn't he, Solomon? Plenty in bank.
Yeah, mate. It's funny how stuff can turn, isn't it? So we were saying that he's nowhere near our starting lineup a few months ago. We were like, no, it's got to be James and Ramazani, and now it's James and Solomon, mate. But yeah, like you say, people like Dan James and Solomon, mate, they've got credit in the bank now. So I wouldn't say it's a bad performance. But one thing I will touch on, mate, both their fullbacks are pretty fucking decent. So that might be a factor as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we played them October time, when Charlie was on holiday.
Yeah.
Mate, I thought they were shit. I was like, what is all the hype about? But then I've seen him come to Elland Road. And it might be because I was so pissed off in the way that we drew that game last time that I didn't really give them much praise. But, mate, I thought they're decent. I mean, as much as we take the piss out of LUFC, he looks good in parts. Well, very small parts there. He's got a few nice touches. Isidore looks decent. Bellingham's obviously Bellingham. I still think if we should go up, when we do go up for that number 10 position, mate, I think we should go and probably get him because they aren't going
I've said that. Yeah, I've said that quite a few times. I think he fits the mould for us brilliantly. And if they don't go up, me and Charlie were talking about this on the last pod, actually. I think it's quite a pivotal season, I think, for Sunderland this season, because if they don't go up, I think they'll get stripped of their assets, basically, because, like you say... Oh, fucking hell, we wrote the book on that, didn't we, Isaac, mate? So we know exactly what it's like. But like you say, probably start with both fullbacks. It's Sirkin and Hume. I thought they were brilliant. I think there'll be suitors for them. Then you look at the guys in the middle, Rigg, Bellingham, your wide players as well. You've got, saying that he's on loan into LUFC, so I think he'll be off somewhere else if they don't go up. But they've got a good team. They've got a good team, Sunderland, and I think on the day they'll give anyone a game, but not today, my friend, not today.
That Patrick Roberts has been kicking around since I was about 11, I reckon.
Yeah.
He's like, how old is he? Give me a guess.
I'd say he's probably late 20s now, I'd say, about 29, I'd say, 28, 29. But he's always been, did he come through the academy at Man City, didn't he?
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think he was at Celtic for a bit, and he's always kind of threatened to push on in his career a little bit,
teams.
What?
Right, let's go through his teams. Started at Fulham, apparently.
All right.
Then Man City, Celtic on loan, Girona on loan, Norwich on loan, Middlesbrough on loan, Derby on loan, Troy on loan.
Okay.
Made one appearance there in a year. Good effort, son.
Fucking journeyman, isn't he?
And then Sunderland, mate. Yeah. But yeah, he's fucking proper champo bastard, isn't
he? Yeah, proper champo bastard. I think he's at one point he were touted to be one of the best next best things, but he's just kind of fell off, hasn't he? And I think he didn't really do much today either, did he? To be fair.
No. But back to our individual performers then, mate. Roden, thought he was just solid, mate.
Yeah, and he has been, hasn't he? He's been great. Yeah. I think he's been great for months now. He start season, there were a few question marks of him trying to get back to that form that he was last season, but I think how he's playing now, he's probably at that level or surpassed it. He was brilliant today again. Brilliant, solid.
Looks more of a leader to me this year as well. Don't get me wrong, I think he was a partial leader last season, but I think he stepped up again and gone again this year in terms of like his organisational skills at the back.
Yeah. I think it's that little cheeky trip to Turkey, me, that's done it. He's had a little touch up on it.
Well, Connor Roberts fancies a square goal with you, mate, doesn't he? As we found out on Twitter the other day.
Oh, mate, do you want to tell the listeners about this? This absolutely tickled me. This.
So I was scrolling through Twitter, as I spend most of my day doing at work, and I saw Connor Roberts comment on something about it, because it was in the hockey. It was America versus Canada, if you don't know. And he put something like, "Oh, it'd be great this scrapping at the start of the game." And I tweeted him thinking, I'm not going to get a reply like saying, "You versus Joe Roden, last man standing, who's it going to be?" And he put, "I'll bite his fucking nose off." And I was like, whoa, that escalated quickly.
That was brilliant. You sent it to us, didn't you? What's that group? And I'm like, is that his official account? He's a bit like that, though, isn't he, Connor Roberts? I think you saw clips of him at Leeds, didn't you? He seems to be a lad that likes a laugh. But
loves
play to him. Yeah. Fair play to him. That's a quality comment, that.
I know, he just replied dead quick as well. He must have had his phone in his hand or something. Or he's a big fan of the pod. One of the two, mate.
I think it's a latter. Big fan of pod. We should get him on.
Well, he's been asking me for ages, mate, to come on, but we've got all these bros to accommodate, mate. So he's gonna have to fuck off and get in the queue.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get in queue, innit? He's gonna have to get in queue with the rest of them.
Yeah, him and Patrick Bamford, the podcaster. What's he up to these days?
I don't Dignitas, innit?
He's on the waiting list for old Dignitas.
Yeah, he's waiting for his pod, a different kind of pod.
That provoked completely off. But that provoked a conversation with me and my missus. I thought, I've got a business idea. And she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "We should open a vet for like end of life care for dogs and call it Dognitas." And she was like, "Shut up, you dickhead." And I was like, "All right,
I like it."
I was like, "Well,
you got Dragon's Den for that,
mate. Dognitas. We'll look after you. Dognitas.
Just take a. I won't even get into
it. Charlie be like, "Lads, what are you doing?"
Charlie, but if Charlie's watching this, he'll be absolutely screaming at his screen now. We're on about putting dogs down. Dognitas. I love it.
Charlie, give us one anyway.
Anyway, moving on.
So out to Naka, mate. I thought he was quiet tonight.
Yeah. I mean, he still looked quite short on ball and comfortable in possession like he always is, but he was not his usual kind of all action performance from him, was it? Kind of a little bit more reserved, I think. But you know, I think he was maybe one of the better players. But we've seen better, haven't we? Basically,
we've seen better from everyone, mate. But
that's
the standard he's set now, isn't it? We just expect him to be like I say, mate. I don't think anyone particularly played bad today. It's just. We would have been a lot more critical if we lost, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat. So,
it'd have been full of. We'd have been clipping this and putting it on his own meltdown show, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it'd have been me fucking. Well, we wouldn't have been here. Let's be honest. It'd have been like that.
I thought Bogle had a decent game. To be fair,
yeah, me too. Mate.
I looked on social media at half time, and it were full of Sunderland fans giving it the big fucking way. Enzo Lafie sent him for an hot dog. He sent him for a stadium tour. He just did one thing where Bogle chopped him down, didn't he? But I thought Bogle looked really good he looked really, really dangerous, especially in first half, just driving from that right hand side and a few balls across to him and Dan James, and him and Dan James were linking up really well, I think, in first half. But he very rarely has a bad game now, does he?
Mate, when we signed him, I was like, I don't really understand this one, but we'll go with it anyway. But he's just surpassed my expectations of him by far now, mate.
Yeah.
Best right back in the league, I think, bar none. We can have that conversation with a different fan base if you want, and I'm sure we'll end up headbutting them, mate. But Jaden Bogle, best right back in the league. But Joe Pro did one of them games where he decides he's just a ghost today, and he's like,
put on the old fucking concrete boots again, didn't he, today? I think you get that with him, don't you? And it seems to be in spurts, and he has a few good games in spurts, and then he goes a little bit quiet. But again, I think he's got credit in bank for his last few performances as well. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt today. But we don't want to see too many of them performances. I was half expecting him to get hauled off, I think, for League Two, Matty, but he didn't, did he?
Well, on League Two, Matty, mate, when he did come on, I will give him credit where it's due. The guy put his arm out a bit and he was running fucking ragged. And I was like, go on then, mate. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, credit where credit's due to League Two, Matty. But we haven't got... He didn't score, did he? There was a chance that it ricocheted to him off someone's shot, and I was like, go on, son. Yeah. I'll happily eat humble pie whenever he does score, because hopefully he scores at like Bristol City at home, mate, that wins us the league or something. But
yeah.
In a word to describe Brendan's performance today, without any pun intended, I would describe it as ratty. He just ratted around, mate.
Just fucking ratting about like an upper fucking drain pipe getting fed like a rat. It was just scrappy, wasn't it, from him a bit today? I think there were some neat little turns and then some neat, give and goes. But then also what you see with him as well quite a lot in games is still, for me, doesn't know the different, when to keep hold of the ball and when to give it. He sometimes gets in his head a little bit and gets the two mixed up. But yeah, another kind of scruffy performance from him today. And I think that's why we were crying out for a number 10 in January, weren't we? Because I think in those kind of games, when he's putting in those kind of performances, we need an actual number 10 to come off at bench or to, for him to sit out a game or two. But yeah, he were a little bit scrappy, I think, today, and his passing were off for me.
And then we'll just run through the subs, mate, when they came on. Obviously, we've done League Two, Matty, already. Largy, I thought he looked pretty sharp when he came on, mate, with his new hairdo. Even though the commentator kept confusing him with Furpo, which was mildly racist, but we'll move on.
Do your fucking research, for God's sake. You know what I mean?
But yeah. On the road, that's not Furpo, mate.
Yeah. If your Furpo were like he would towing a caravan all game, so you could tell the difference, couldn't you? So, but I thought he looked sharp, yeah. I thought he looked really sharp, and I think that's exactly what we were looking for, weren't we, when we needed those changes to be made, just to give us a little bit of an energy boost and to work them defenders and tire them out, basically.
So there was 4 minutes of added time, mate, at this point when we brought the changes on.
Yeah.
And 90 minutes plus 5. I couldn't even ask me to describe the goal, mate. I couldn't do it. I know a cross got put in. It went to the other side. We put it back in again. And just as the fucking gods writ it, mate, the keeper came for a cross, completely fucking missed it.
Yeah.
Pascal was it. Football gods are fickle bastards, and they rarely tend to help Leeds United out. However, I thought I just fancy their keeper to make a slight mistake just because of what happened with poor old Elland at fucking the Stadium of Light. And he came for a cross, that fat bastard, in goal for them. Didn't quite catch it. And then their best looking footballer in the world.
The sexiest of Pirates. The sexiest of Pirates,
Mate.
I think I blacked out a little bit for a few seconds because I remember like jumping up and down and shouting and then seeing stars and then having to sit down take a breather for a minute. But their goalkeeper, it's just what he deserves as well, because he were wasting so much time today fucking rolling about on floors like a fucking Teemu Jordan Pickford him, isn't he?
He needs to lay off the peas puddings as well.
He does. He's been putting it away, hasn't he, as well?
But yeah, brown and peas puddings, I think, there's old Patterson.
Yeah, he does, mate. But
he looked all right. No, he looked decent, mate. Apart from that, because it was annoying me how composed he looked in areas like coming.
He looked he looked solid. He looked very assured and very strong when he was coming out for the ball and claiming the ball, and that's sometimes what we want to see from Meslier, ain't it? That's what struck me, I think, when I was watching him today. I thought that's what we need from Meslier, just to come out, be so assured, be so strong when coming to claim the ball. But yeah, he flapped it right at end, which is good for us.
It happens to the best of us. Ask Elland. I bet Elland went and put his arm around him and went, "It's all right, son. Don't worry about it. It happens."
Happens to the best of us, you fat cunt.
I hope Elland went up to that fucking manager that he was having a giggle with last time and just went, "Hey, right, Reggie, slag."
Yeah.
But have you ever seen the gaffer go and celebrate a goal more than that? Because I haven't, mate.
No, he proper went full on, didn't he?
Yeah, mate. Like,
what were his booking for? Do you know what his booking was? Oh, was it?
Yeah, because he went on like the pitch with the subs and started jumping up and down like slightly on the pitch.
Yeah.
I was like, it's slightly harsh. Chris Wilder was the fourth official, mate, on this, so he was like, right, Dan.
Speaking of official, what did you make at referee today?
It's almost been eradicated from memory, mate, because we run, but there was parts and I was thinking, you're having a fucking... Mate, we haven't touched on that fucking penalty.
Stonewall penalty.
Oh, my God,
Stonewall
mate.
penalty.
If we'd have lost that game and that hadn't been a pen, I'd have been like, what the fuck?
It were a rugby tackle.
Yeah.
Anywhere else on pitch, that's a foul in any game. So I don't understand. He made no effort to play the ball whatsoever. Both his arms were around his waist and he just dragged him to the floor. I couldn't believe it wasn't given.
Exactly, mate. And if Isidore would have went down instead of scoring, that'd have been a pen. And that'd have been a Stonewaller as well, mate, because Ampadu was basically giving him a fucking hug. But equally, that should have been a penalty as well. The one that was it on Tanaka?
Tanaka, yeah.
Too much of a nice guy is I think, to complain too much.
Yeah, should have rolled about and fucking held his face and all sorts. Too honest, us. I think us as a team are a little bit like that, to be fair. I think there's times where we should play them at their own game, but at least we're top at league. It's not,
Nice guys don't finish last, Mikey. Evidently, mate.
Evidently so. Evidently so, buddy.
I'll see if there's any post-match thoughts from Daniel Barker before we wrap it up. Right, let's see what Barron's saying.
I'm not going to sleep tonight, now. I just...
Straight, we're doing it all night,
Let's do it, mate. You've got your Malibu. I'll get the vodka right, mate, and we'll just do a thrower.
Right, here we go. Fark speaking. Right, best ones you can have are 7-0 and 4-0 are nice, but this is okay. That doesn't make any sense. German. Two good sides, tight win. Last second of the game. This type is the best in football. Best for the group and the supporters. Biggest emotions and a great night for everyone. Well-deserved win on the statistics. Nearly 70% possession, 21 shots. They are very good counter-attacking side. Defending structured. You're really hard to read, Dan. Have to fight for the goal in the end, and we did. We don't have to speak about Joe's quality. I was on about Joe Rothwell. We don't have to speak about Joe's quality. He's a pure baller. I'm not having the manager of Leeds United said he's a pure baller. I really hope he didn't say that. No. One of the best players in this country with the ball. Let's calm down, Dan.
He's got a bit excited, hasn't
he? Yeah. With his right foot, passing ability, touches, outstanding set pieces, driving the game forwards. If you enjoy football, you enjoy Joe Rothwell. He's pulling his todger over Joe Rothwell tonight.
Fucking start him then. What are you on about?
I bet Joe Rothwell's like, I wish you'd fucking give me a game then instead of...
Exactly. Fucking start with him.
I have to check on the yellows ban. Before this season, I only had one yellow in my career. 2 doubtful yellows this season. Always the same 4th official like today. If I miss Bramwell Lane due to a celebration, then I will have to adapt to the rules. So he's gone after him there, hasn't he, mate? He don't like that 4th.
Is he saying it's basically the same person that's booking him?
Yeah, it has been, yeah.
Bit of an ulterior motive there, do we reckon?
Yeah, Chris Wilder, mate, in fancy dress, isn't it?
Yeah. I see Chris Wilder's mind games have worked, haven't they?
Yeah, mate, fucking... That is just, especially with them going top of the league, mate, and all them gobshites fucking gobbing off, like, oh, we are top of the league. The Muppets from Leeds thing got bandied around again, mate, and I'll be so happy we can go into that game next Monday now. And if we win that, I will be on the fucking ceiling, mate.
Yeah, massive. I mean, massive statement made tonight, but even bigger statement, I think, if we win next Monday. But you know what? Even if we draw, it's not the way. I mean, we're 7 points clear now, a third. I mean, what is that? 10 points clear of Sunderland now as well. It's
10 clear of them.
Some real breathing space now, and I think it puts us in a position now. If we do have a little wobble where we lose 1 or 2 games, we've got that cushion now. So I think, I think we're in a real good position now.
Agreed, mate. So we will leave it there. I'm sure we're going to do a few bits midweek. Charlie sent us a full fucking Bible length schedule that we have to adhere to or get the sack. So you'll be seeing.
I know. I'm not going to see my fucking kids this week. You know.
It's Charlie takes all the money from this as well, you know. So me and my kid, we're on the dole.
I'm going to say slave labour is this.
I know, he's not even fucking here. He's just earning cash.
Cracking whip from frigging from WhatsApp.
I know. And then I went for dare I go for a piss before we went live. He was like, "Get live, lads." I was like, "All right, mate, relax, you fuck yourself."
But, his bollocks have dropped Annie and he's giving it bigger now.
I know, yeah. Well, we'll put Charlie's fucking squeaky bollocks on meltdowns and see what he says about that.
Yeah.
Little bastard. Anyway, infighting has begun. It started so well. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me and Mikey on this fine Monday evening. Mondays don't get better than this. This probably in my top 5 Mondays of my life.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's up there, mate. It's up there. Well, let us know what you think in the comments, guys, about Dognitas. I'd love to hear more about it, Isaac.
We'll discuss our future business ventures more. If we have any more ideas about Dognitas, or if you've got any suggestions about how we can improve the service for end-of-life dog care, please let us know, and we will see you at some time during the week. Cheers, guys.
Fuck off, Elland Road.